causes. You have to know more than that. You have to be prepared to risk more than that. A few moments later, a student asked for clarification. You said that the liberal facade and being a liberal is not enough. Well, what is? What is necessary? Baldwin responded, commitment. That is what is necessary. You mean it or you don't. Baldwin's confrontation with the young student echoes his encounter with Emile many years prior. Such moments of radical change require urgency, honesty, and intensity, whether you are in the second half of life or the first. They often require direct confrontation, whether you are tiptoeing out of the church or preparing to risk everything. This book is about embracing a radical moral challenge. It is about moving from a state of stasis to a state of activity. It is about doing what is necessary to leave the status quo behind and create a new, better future, even when it is uncomfortable. James Baldwin is our guide. Baldwin worked across literary genres, social themes, and artistic mediums for over 40 years, becoming one of the most important artists of the 20th century. In the decades between his teenage emergence in the 1940s and his untimely death in the late 1980s, Baldwin composed poems and novels, directed plays, sat for interviews and photographs, wrote essays and travelogues, crafted screenplays and short stories, and spoke to audiences around the world. In the chapters ahead, you will encounter Baldwin's stunning work, momentous legacy, and unbridled spirit. But like Emile, Baldwin is a rigorous companion. You will encounter his moral intensity and his unrelenting demands for a better self, a better country, and a better world. Whether you are intimately familiar with his art or encountering it for the first time, this book is for you. Each chapter will revisit transformative moments in Baldwin's life, but this is not a biography. We will explore the fictional worlds he created in novels like Giovanni's Room and Tell Me How Long the Train's Been Gone, but this is not a book of literary criticism. We heed his moral demands on some issues and resist his authority on others. This is not a hagiography. This book is an invitation. The seeds of this book were planted nearly a decade ago. We met in 2012 at Duke University in Durham, North Carolina, where Jamie was an undergraduate student and where Adam worked as the director of student ministry at Duke Chapel. We watched along with millions of others as the death of Trayvon Martin in 2012, Michael Brown in 2014, and Sandra Bland in 2015 sparked the hashtag Black Lives Matter movement in the United States and protest for racial justice around the world. We wondered how these global events would change us. Police violence also erupted on our campus and in our city. Campus police used pepper spray and violent force against a man suspected of stealing a backpack on Duke's campus in 2014, and in 2016, Durham police shot and killed Frank Nathaniel Clark, claiming that he made a sudden movement toward his waistband during a conversation. Again, in early 2017, Durham police killed two men in separate incidents, Kenneth Lee Bailey and Willard Eugene Scott Jr. We wondered how these local events would change us too. We began to read Baldwin together. I, Adam, read as someone who is white. I navigate a world that is more or less built for me. The university where I work was founded to serve white Southern men like me. My gender identity resembles that of 46 U.S. presidents, and my racial identity resembles that of 45. I am nearly the exact height and weight of the crash test dummies used in vehicle safety research since the 1970s. The world is designed to keep people like me safe. Baldwin writes to overturn the racial order of this world, which requires a reckoning with my sense of self, history, and ethics. Baldwin is describing me when he writes, "The American white has got to accept the fact that what he thinks he is not. I, Jamie, read as someone who is black. I navigate a world that is more or less built for Adam. I am queer, and although I prefer not to identify with any gender, I was assigned female at birth, and am often perceived and treated as a woman." Baldwin writes to call marginalized people into full humanity and power. He echoes my experience when he writes, "It took many years of vomiting up all the filth I'd been taught about myself, and half believed, before I was able to walk on the earth as though I had a right to be here, but also my aspiration."